Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to talk about bookmarks and links in Microsoft Office 365. I'm going to show you how to create a bookmark and why you're going to bookmark something, and then we'll link that bookmark to a link. We're also going to link to boxes, link to words, sentences. So let me show you what we're talking about. So this is your ribbon. In your ribbon, I drew a box around insert and links. So it's right in here. So if you were on your home tab, you would have to click on insert, and then you have a group called links. Okay, and you have links, which I'll have a pull down, and then you have bookmarks. So the first thing you need to do would be bookmark before you do a link. So let me show you what I'm going to move this thing out of the way, because this just lets me know, it's my little notes that I'm going to explain to you about this. So basically, let's say I had a document, and it was for an insurance company, and it had policies, it had coverages, endorsements, things that you would want to know, like your orientations, note templates, things of that nature. So let's say that you created this document, and this document looked like this. Okay, so we have covered C, we have covered D, C, A, and B, and sometimes these things can get real long. When you're talking about insurance things, I mean, you could have up to 200 or 300 pages of different policies. I've gone to some deployments, and we had like 10-15 endorsements per policy, and there would be not just a bunch of policies, but each policy has their coverage, like A, B, C, D, and there's other ones that you have your endorsements. So it gets cumbersome. So let's say that I had I wanted to create a table of contents. Okay, so you would go in and you would copy what you would want to put in your table of contents, and put it on this page, which is your table of contents. There is an easier way. I've already showed you how to do that, but this is another different way to doing it. So we're gonna do, because Word has a lot of different ways you can do things. So first of all, you got to know how to navigate using the links and bookmarks. So the first thing you want to do is do some bookmarks. I've already done a bunch of them. And the way you can tell if something has a link or especially a link, you're not going to be able to tell if it has a bookmark. But if you see a document and it is underlined and it's blue, that means that it's linked to something. So once you go into that, then that color is gonna turn orange. This color, it almost looks like magenta, right? Which is a kind of a red, but it's called magenta, the color. So if we go in and look at a document, we know that has a link. It could be an email link, it could be a link to a PDF, it could be a link to a page. So when you want to create a link, the first thing you need to do is selected the item that you want it to be a link to. Okay, you're going to go to Bookmarks. Now when you click on Bookmarks, remember, look what I did first. I selected, I hit Control C, or you can right click and copy, or you can use a bunch of pull down menu, well, not a bunch of them, but do a pull down menu to copy. Okay, so I copied it. I'm going to go, while you have it selected, it has to be selected, you're going to go Bookmark. Here you'll see, if you click here, it's gonna highlight this. If you click here, it's gonna highlight that. Don't worry about pasting over it, because you're gonna have to. So if you hit Control V for paste, or you can right click and paste. Okay, it's gonna type that. Now at this point, this is gonna allow me to add. In a minute, we're going to have a few of them that's not going to allow you to add it because there's spaces, and I'll show you how to get around that. So now that is bookmarked, right? So now if I go to policies right here, if I want it, when I click on this, I want it to go straight into the policies. It would go to it. So this is what I'm talking about. So right now, this is page 1, page 2, right? I'm going to go all the way to page 7 with one click, and it's going to highlight my conditions. Okay, so if I hold my Control key and click on conditions, you'll see that now I'm on page 7 of 11, and the cursor is blinking on the word condition, right? Okay, so I also created a link to go back to my table of contents. So if I hit my Control key and I click on conditions, it's going to take me right back to table of contents. Okay, so it took me right back. So remember, we created a link to policies. Now I can highlight something and I can link. So there's 2 ways of doing this. Well, there's 3 ways, possibly more. But if you click on link, first you're probably going to go, this is probably what's going to be selected. But what you want to do is go place in, okay, in this, it's supposed to be this document. You see where it says selected page in this document. So remember what we were so we're looking for policies, because I created the word policies. Now you can name it anything you want, but I always name it exactly with what I want it to correlate to, and I'll show you later what I'm talking about. So I'm going to hit policies and I'm going to hit OK. Now so if I click on policies, you see how the cursor went to policies. I'm going to triple click or double click. I'm going to right click. I'm going to link this back to policies, which in this case you really don't need to, but I follow everything I do accordingly. Okay, so I went in and I've done all these other ones here. So in other words, well, here we hadn't even started talking about this. So let's go to coverage D. You see, right now I can't go to coverage D because you can tell it has not been linked to nothing. And the reason this looks magenta is because I've opened this up. Okay, so now once you open this document again, it's gonna be blue. Okay, so And let me see, let me show you what I'm talking about. So I'm going to close it. I'm going to open it up again. And you see everything that has a link is blue now. And in addition to that, it is underlined. Okay, if you so we haven't created a link to this, and this because it's black, right? So we have to, well, you could hit Control C, Control V to Control C, Control F, Control V to go directly to that, or you can go looking for it. So look, I'm going to hit Control C, Control F for fun. I'm going to hit Control V, and everywhere that you see that word is in that document, and this is the one that I'm looking for right here. Okay, you see, we could have gone in and strolled through this whole thing and to find it, but I know I could hit Control F, Control C, Control F, Control V. Now I'm gonna look. I can triple click, or if I click just to the left here, it'll highlight it for me, right? Now, the first thing I'm going to do is create a bookmark. So I go to Insert, Bookmark, and I copied it already, right? Hit Control V. Oh, nope, I didn't. So I'm going to cancel. I have it selected. I'm going to hit Control C, go to Bookmark. I'm going to hit Control V. Now look, it doesn't let me insert it, okay? Because there are spaces between words. Now, you could go and remove the spaces, but then it's harder to find. But I'm going to go ahead and do it on this one here, okay? So I'm going to delete that space. And you can't use apostrophes, any weird characters, right? Once I remove the less, oh, there's one more. The less space, now, oh, there's another one. You see, it's still grayed out. So the last one, now it allows you to add. So we're gonna go ahead and hit add. That creates a bookmark. While I have this selected, I've already showed you how to go to the bookmark, so I'm just going to start using control key. So it's Control K will take me to this dialog box. Now, you see, now it's harder to read because I put it all together. And I did a few other ones to show you that if you don't put this underscore C, then you're going to start having problems trying to find what you're looking for. Because look, this is coverage D fair rental. If I would have went in there and put underscores, it would be easier to read. So we're going to do that on the next one. So I'm going to hit OK. And so this is blue. So that's telling me, in addition, this is already linked to something. So if I hit my control key, click here, we've already told it to link to table of contents. So I'm going to control key, click on this. Oh, I did that wrong. Sorry about that. I need to control K, and I want that one to go to the table of contents. Good. Okay. So I hit table of contents. Now when I click on this, it goes to the table of contents. But remember, it was covers D, right? So here, this is where I need to go and put the link to this particular page. So if I hit Control K and I go to coverage D fair rental value, hit OK, it's gonna take me there. And if I hold my control key, it'll take me back to the table of contents. We got two more, and then I'm going to show you some other stuff. So this one's I'm going to do it faster. because I don't want this video to be real long. So that's the next one we need to find, right? So I'm gonna hit Control C and I hit Control V here, and the one that I'm looking for is this one right here. So I'm gonna deselect everything. I'm gonna Control C, Control K, Control V. Now here, watch what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna select the space. I'm gonna select the space, right? Now I'm gonna hit Shift underscore. Same thing here. I'm gonna select the space, hit Shift underscore. Well, I hit Control K, so it took me to insert hyperlink, and that's not what I want. Cancel. I want to go to Bookmark. I don't know the Control key for that one. So so I'm gonna hit Control V because I still have it pasted. I'm gonna backspace underscore. Backspace underscore. Now it gives me the option to hit add, right? I'm gonna, while it's selected, I'm gonna hit Control K. I'm gonna link it to table of contents and hit OK. So I'll go back to the table of contents and triple click here and then hit Control K. I'm going to go to perils against. So, and this stuff is in alphabetical order. So perils insured against, hit OK. Now we're going to do the last one. So let's say that you don't like to copy and paste. Some people just don't like doing that. You can go in and just stroll. You see, we know it's going to be on page 9 because I've already typeset all that. So if I go to page 9, so let's say here's another quick little thing for you. Let's say you've got to go to page 9, right? You can click Control G for go, and then you just type page 9 and hit go to, and now you're on page 9. Another little, I probably know about 2,000 commands, but anyway. So I'm gonna triple click, Control C. I'm gonna go to Bookmarks. I'm gonna hit Control V, and I'm gonna backspace underscore, or I can select by dragging, and I highlighted that. So Shift underscore, and it still don't let me add. Why? Because look, there's a colon. So if you remove the colon, now it gives you the option of adding. While I have it selected, I'm going to hit Control K, and that one I'll tell it to go to the table of contents, hit OK, right click to the table of contents. Here I'm going to Control K and go to each, so it's under E. Each party will go. Now I have myself a table of contents. There's a lot easier way to doing that. This is a function here that is here, and I have a better way to do table of contents, but that's a different. I already have a link out there for that. Here's some other things. Okay, so now we're going to link to PDFs, Word documents. You can link to, and we're going to link to YouTube, not YouTube, any kind of video or any website, and we'll link to some email addresses. Okay, so I know this thing's starting to get longer than I hope it was going to go. So first of all, if you click here, it is going to open up this policy. Okay, and this policy is 23 pages. Some of your policies can be hundreds of pages. Okay, when you start talking legal stuff, not policies, but let's say documents, it can become huge, right? So I can right click on any one of these documents and it'll open it up. So I'm going to show you how to link. Well, those are really easy to link, but I'm going to show you how to link a sentence, a word, or even a space. So if you click on the left hand side, like I always show you, you can hit Control K, okay, and you can go into an existing file, right? It could be anywhere in your hard drive, or you can even go to the World Wide Web, browse the web. You could link to your iCloud, whatever you want to do. So right now, I'm going to click here, and I'm looking for landlord broad form, and that looks like a policy, right? So, and that's probably going to be a Safeco policy. So, landlord broad form. So I'm going to hit OK. Now that's linked. I'm going to triple click here. I'm going to hit Control K, and then we're going to back and policies, Safeco, landlord protection form. Hit OK. We'll do the last one. Control K, Liberty Mutual, policy, Safeco, renters plus. Okay, so we hit OK. Now, when you look at this, you can left click and click on any one of those sentences or what you have selected. You left click and it's going to open up the policy. Okay, renters, yeah, all those are policies. So now, so that's one way of linking to a external document. Okay, you don't have to be a PDF. It could be a Word document. It could be anything. Now you see this icons here. Those are linked to documents. So if I left click, oh, actually, I don't even have to left click on those. If I double click, it launches that. Okay, so now I'm gonna double click on this Excel file. Here, give me a second here. I have a bunch of monitors going on, so it once I start using my a lot of functions, it kind of starts acting weird. But all you have to do is double click on them. Here, I'm going to close some of my documents here, and that way maybe it'll start acting better. I'm working on 4 monitors, and you see, now it's starting to work. But all you have to do is double click. So how do you bring an icon like that? Here, let me show you. So I am going to split this monitor. I'm going to open up a folder that I have everything in, and I'm going to split those two together, right? So anywhere in this document, let's go all the way to the bottom. So let's say that I wanted to copy and paste this here. 2 ways of doing it. I can click here, hit Control C, click here, and hit Control V. That already created that link for me. As long as you keep it there, you see how it opened it up, right? I didn't have to link anything. Another way you can do it is you can grab it and just push it over. I left click and drag it there. So let's do an Excel file. Same thing, you see? And if you double click on it, it's going to open up that document. So this thing opened up on my other one of my other monitors. Okay, so same thing with videos and emails. Let's say that you had a video. You go to YouTube and there's a particular video you like. So I'm going to split the monitor again. And let's say this is I learned a lot from this lady here. So let's say we open up this video. We like that video, right? I can go in here.
All right, we are live.
Okay, Lena.
A couple moments to warm up. We have, of course.
Okay, I need to quiet her up a little bit because she's like me. She loves talking. She's a real smart lady. But anyway, so if I click here, it automatically selects everything. So here, let me show you. You see how it selected everything? Well, I can hit Control C and go down here and hit Control V, hit enter. As soon as I hit enter, it underlines it, so it created a link, right? So I'm gonna go to a different video to show you how that worked. So now here's this guy here, okay? So he's still muted. So now to show you how these links work, I'm gonna hold my control key, and when you see that finger and the hand, if you just click on there, it's gonna launch that video. You see, so if you hit play, there she is again.
All right, we are live.
Yes, we are, Lena. So there's there's a couple of ways that you can link things. Now, by default, Microsoft Office will let me give me a second here. I want to turn this off over here. Okay, so by default, Microsoft will, here, I'm going to delete this here, will automatically okay, I don't need those more. Okay, so by default, Microsoft Office will automatically create a link. So as soon as I hit enter, if you type a website and it's a correct website and you hit enter, it automatically gonna create a link. Now, if you don't want Microsoft Word doing this every time, because you don't want it to be blue, you want everything to be black, and you don't want to create a hyperlink to it, you can turn that off. Two ways. First of all, I can go in here and I right-clicked, or I can go down here to my links, right? You see where it says remove hyperlink? If I remove the hyperlink now, it's black and white. I mean black now, and you don't see it underlined, so you know there's no hyperlink, right? So remember, if I hit Control C and then I hit Control V, because I've removed the hyperlink, you can copy and paste that into the whole anywhere in the Word document on this one here. Now, if I go to a new Word document, well, you know what? Since we removed the hyperlink, it's not there no more. So now I'm going to show you how to set the default in Microsoft Office so that it don't do that. So let's go back to the World Wide Web, and let's go to YouTube, and we're going to click on this guy here. So that's a big old link. So I'm going to hit Control C. But this time, because look, right now, if I hit Control V, hit enter, it created it, right? The hyperlink. But now what I'm going to do, from here on out, until I change this back, it won't create a hyperlink. So what you do is you go to File, you go to Options, okay, you go to Proofing, you go to Autocorrect Options, and if you see that, okay, first of all, you have 3 additional tabs, right? You go to Auto Forms as you type. If you deselect this where it says Internet and Network Path with Hyperlinks, if you click there, you hit OK, you hit OK. Now remember, I had that hyperlink pasted from here, so I want to copy it again. Control C, Alt Tab, go to my Word document, hit Control V, Enter, and you see it did not hit Enter, right? It didn't hyperlink it. So now I'm going to go back to, and that's going to stay like that every time that you create, so I don't like doing it that way. I like to create hyperlinks. But anyway, so I'm going to go back to File, Options. I'm going to go to Proofing, Autocorrect. This time I'm going to hit Internet and Network Path with Hyperlinks. Hit OK, hit OK. When I hit Control V, Enter, it created a hyperlink. Okay, guys and gals, that is all. Let me see. Let me look at my notes and see if there's something. Oh, no, yeah. No, I don't even have my notes up, but so let's delete everything. Another way of linking. So let's say that I had inserted a picture under stocks, and let's say I wanted icons and a corn, a corn, right? So insert, and I wanted to link something to that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the web and I'm going to find acorn. Just so Acorn TV, okay? And so when you click on this, you want it to go to acorntv.com. I'm gonna copy. So I'm gonna click on this image that I just put in there. I'm gonna right click. I'm gonna link, and you see right here under address, I'm going to hit Control V, hit OK. Now, anytime that I want to go to Acorn, so let's say I am in YouTube again, and I want to go to that website. I can't double click. It's not going to do nothing. I have to Control and click, and look what happens. You see, it went to that website that we had created a link to. So what about email addresses? Let's say that you create a link, let me see if I can get all my stuff back. There we go. Okay, so let's say that I could put a link right here. After somebody reads all of this, and I could put, if you have questions, please email me. Okay, and then I can put colon. Now, spell, there wasn't a comma there. Okay, so you can go in here, and let's go ahead and expand this thing. So we're in here. So let's go under Home, Insert, the same area that we were at. We're gonna link. Right, this time you see this email address. I'm going to click here, and So I'm going to type my email address. HMEN. Oops. Oh, by the way, do not delete that mail to. If you delete that, it's not going to work. Okay, so I'll show you. So I'm going to delete that, and then I'm going to put. See, it automatically puts it in there. So do not delete it. HMENDOCA 2008 at. Whoa. Oh, that's still not going to work because my typing. Okay, link. So I'm going to type it right. HMENDOCA 2008 at gmail.com. Okay, so if you have your computer set up right and you left click here, it's going to launch your mail, whatever you have set up to do what you want it to do. Mine's set up this way. That's another lesson. But anyway, so look, you see, it's already a created from, which is me, email to, and then I'm just gonna say send me more info. Okay, and then send. Oh, excuse me, send. Now I just emailed myself, but it would have been to me or whoever you wanted that email to go to. Okay, so if I go to my email, you see, I email myself that send me, whatever I put in there. So I think that's it. Let me double check if there's any other little. Okay, how to link, insert tabs, create link, web. Oh yeah, we did that. Email. How to remove hyperlinks, and then auto turn off hyperlinks. Yeah, so we did everything that I wanted to discuss. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that it was informative. Sorry that I talk so fast. It's just that we tried to make these videos real short. You can lose an audience in 10 minutes. Mine are always more than 30 minutes, and I apologize. It's just I got so much stuff to talk about that it's hard for me to do a video under 30 minutes. If you like my video, please put a thumbs up, and I hope you become a subscriber. I have a bunch of videos out there. Thanks.